All right, so from our comfortable seated position, let's rise up tall through our spine. Our shoulders relax down for a minute, and I want you to focus on core alignment. So, how do your ribs feel over the top of your hips? Are they popped out? Do they need to be hugged back in? Do you lean to one side? Just kind of checking in. And then notice your shoulders and let your hands relax on your legs. And then close your eyes. Really get to know how you feel through your body. Take a moment to connect with our breath. And with that gentle contraction of our belly, it's helping support this upright position. You'll notice that it's a little bit harder to breathe through the belly, through the front of the belly. And I still want you to have your breath moving down to the lowest part of your ribs and see if you can expand out more through the sides of your ribs and the back of your ribs. You're expanding out evenly. And from this place where we're aware of our core and our breath, let's lean to one side, then lean forward, lean to the other side, and then back, making nice big circles from our hips, allowing our spine to be supported and strong throughout the movement. So we're not really moving through our spine at all, but rather through our hips. It's okay if our hips come off the floor a little bit. Feel how the core has to work in different directions. And the next time you lean back, hold, and we're going to switch directions. And come back to center. From the center position, rising up tall through our spine, noticing our base of support, which at this moment is our hips. Notice the simple movement we created through our hips and how it reflects in our upright position. Is it easier? Is it more challenging? How did it affect our breath? And begin to tuck our chin, letting our head come forward. Lengthening through the back of our neck. Keeping our movement passive and gentle. Turn our chin to the right. And then lifting our left ear up, keeping our chin to the right. Lifting our chin up and over to the left. And then drawing our right ear down. And turning our chin back to center. Turn our chin to the left. Lifting our right ear up. Draw our chin up and over to the right. And then left ear forward and down. And then bringing our chin back to center. Let's lift our chin up, keep our eyes closed, turn our head side to side. So when our eyes are closed, we have a tendency to move a little more cautiously, a little bit slower. But we also move with a little more awareness. Notice if you push your shoulders forward, if this changes the shape of your back, by just simply turning our head side to side. Bringing our head back to center, lower our chin back down towards our throat. And this time we're going to move actively, strong, with intention of engaging every muscle within our neck. Let's turn our chin to the left and lift it up as high as we can go. Hug our bellies in a lot. Lift our right ear up to the ceiling, engaging every muscle as we move slowly. And then drawing our chin up, slow and controlled, over to the right. And then actively pulling it down. The left ear down, keeping our chin to the right. Keeping our spine lifted, bringing our chin back to center. And then draw our chin to the right. And then actively lifting our left ear up as if we had a heavy weight attached to our head. Draw our chin up and over to the left. And then actively pulling our right ear down. And then bringing it back to center. Bring our head back up, keeping our eyes closed. Turn our head side to side. And bringing our head back to center. Let's take our hands behind us, lean back, extend our legs out. And then if you'd like to grab a seat on a prop like a towel or a block, feel free to do so. Help elevate our hips up. Make sure that if you're seated on a prop, that you're on the edge of your prop so that you can tip your hips forward. As we extend the legs out, let the hips remain comfortable. And then we're going to hold here for a minute, lengthening through the inner thighs and across the front of our hips. If this is easy, take your hands forward. Start with fingertips on the floor, keeping a flat back. Option to walk your hands forward until you feel that stretch on the inner thighs and the front of your hips. Remember, the stretch doesn't have to be intense. Sometimes choosing an easier path, allowing the joints to soften and relax, is a better approach. There should be no discomfort in the back of our hips or our low back. If there is, back off. And finding our breath, long, slow, and even through our belly. And slowly come up, walking our hands back behind us. We're going to bend our left knee, walk our left foot in towards our right, and lower our left knee down. Then we're going to come back up, shoulders over hips, and twist to the left, so towards our left bent knee. Take our right hand to the inside of our right leg and slide it down. Take our left hand, reach it up to the ceiling, and hold. Very slowly draw our left shoulder forward, reach our left hand towards our right foot, so over the top of it, so that we're lengthening through the left side of our back. Then sweep our left hand across the front of our mat, followed by our right. Left hand comes behind us. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling and back behind us. We're not lifting our hips yet. So if you're familiar with this position, the hips are going to stay down. And we're engaging the right side of our back, opening up our heart. And then reach our right hand forward across the front of our mat, back to our right leg. Left hand follows. Open up our chest, turning our gaze up to the ceiling. And we're going to repeat that. Left shoulder forward, sweeping our left hand, followed by our right. Keep our hips down. Engage the right side of our back as we lift our chest up to the ceiling. And then right hand comes over to the left. Sweep it across our mat, followed by our left. Reach our left hand up to the ceiling. Let our gaze follow. Take our left hand, bring it forward, followed by our right. Keep our hips down. Engage the right side of our back. Open up our chest. And then sweep our right hand, followed by our left. Open up our chest up to the ceiling. And one more time. Left hand, take it towards our right foot. Sweep it across the front of our mat. Opening up our chest up to the ceiling, engaging our back. And sweep our right hand forward, followed by our left. Turn our gaze up, let our left hand reach up to the ceiling, then hug your shoulder blade onto your back. Feel how the left side of your back immediately engages. Keeping that support to the left side, let's rise up and bring our left hand down. Both hands come behind us, extend our left leg, bend our right leg, and then come back to that seated position. Left hand comes to the inside of our leg, turn our upper body to the right. Reach our right hand up to the ceiling. Option to slide your left hand down the inside of your leg. Lengthening the right side of our low back. And then reach our right hand up and overhead, right shoulder forward. Hold. Lengthening through our lats, the right side of our upper back. While still keeping that stretch through the low back. Right hand sweeps across the front of our mat, followed by our left. Right hand comes behind us. Left hand lifts for keeping our hips down, opening up our chest. Think about length as we engage our upper back. Then reach our left hand over to the right, cross the front of our mat, right hand follows, take our right hand up to the ceiling, gaze follows. Take our right hand up and overhead, sweep our right hand followed by our left, open up our chest. And then slowly sweep our left hand followed by our right. Right side of our chest opens. And then right hand sweeps, followed by our left. Opening up our chest, focusing more on the left side. And then left hand sweeps, followed by our right. Open up our chest. And then right hand follows, followed by our left. Keeping our hips down. And then left hand, right hand, and hold. Hug our right shoulder onto our back. Feel how the right side of our back engages. Rise up through that stable back. Right hand comes down, unwind our twist, lean back, extend our right leg forward, followed by our left, and we're going to shake out our legs. And then relax, bending our knees. Let's come off our prop. And you're going to want a couple options for your props here. We're going to come side lying on our right side. Block underneath our head and a block between your legs is one option. You can use towel between your legs. You can use a towel for a block in any variation that you like. And then we're going to come laying down on our right side. Right shoulder is going to come down to the floor. Hands are going to stack. And our head will rest on the block in a way that we can roll across that block without falling off of it. Just start with everything being supported. So from the lower body, we have both the lower leg and upper leg being supported evenly. And we're letting our hips completely relax. If that means our top hip comes forward a little bit, that's okay. It's all about letting go in this position. And as you let go, you're going to find that you need to lengthen a little bit more. So maybe it requires moving your props. Closing our eyes, allowing our spine to completely relax. Notice the release from our tailbone all the way up to the base of our head. Notice that once our spine begins to relax, other areas of tension begin to relax. And from this relaxed spine, we're going to flow. So we're going to keep our upper hand, arm in contact with our lower arm at all times through this movement. We're going to slide our top hand up our bottom arm, drawing our shoulder back to a place that feels good for you. Now, while we do this, we're going to find a gentle hug of the block between our legs so that we don't move our lower body in this position and we stay relaxed. Then slide our top hand across our bottom hand and as far forward as comfortable for us. So maybe we find a full hand length, maybe it's a half a hand length, maybe it goes all the way up our forearm to our elbow. Really, wherever it is the right place for you. Just keeping top hand and bottom hand in contact with each other. And slowly slide our hand back, up our arm, and then slide it back down. Reaching our hand away from us so we don't have to stop at that stacked position. Continue going further if that feels good for you. And then slide our hand back in and slide it back out. Slide our left hand in and slide it back out. And bring it back in, stacking our hands and relax. Keep our top arm semi-rigid, so enough to support where our shoulders are at. And then again, let go of our spine. From our tailbone to the back of our hips, our lower back, our mid-back, our upper back, our neck, and slide our left hand in towards our chest. We're going to roll over onto our back and to the other side. Closing our eyes, taking a minute to relax and soften. Hands are stacked. Now we engage our spine and our core and everything to support it when we roll to one side and the other. Notice, were you able to let go as easy after creating this practice of softening our spine? We'll be able to soften our hips, our shoulders, And keep your eyes closed, or you can close them if you haven't already done so. Then take our top hand and slide it up our bottom arm, letting our shoulder come back, our top shoulder come back, and keeping our top hand in line with our bottom arm. Gentle squeeze of the block. And then slowly reach our top hand forward. And again, it can go beyond our bottom arm to what feels good for you. Then slide it back in. And slide it back out. Continue to flow, bringing your hand in and sliding it out. Finding movement through our upper mid back. And then bringing your hands stacked on top of each other. Close your eyes, keep your top arm semi-rigid, and let go from your hips all the way up to the base of your head. And very slowly slide our right hand in towards our chest. Press ourselves up. And then we're going to roll onto our back, grabbing our therapy balls, keeping them in the bag. We're going to place them on top of our block at the base of our head. Letting our chin soften towards our throat. Letting our arms and shoulders relax. as the muscles that connect to the base of our head begin to soften. You can rock your head side to side, so moving your chin a little bit to one side and then to the other, adding a little more pressure to one side of our neck. Rocking side to side as it feels good for you. Breath should stay comfortable and relaxed. Coming back to center. We're going to move the therapy balls to the center of our neck, lift our chin up to the ceiling, and let our head and neck soften down. On our next exhale, draw our chin towards the front of our throat, and then slowly lift our chin back up. Drawing our chin down and back up, nice and slow. Bring our chin back to center. Let's lift our head up off the therapy balls, remove them off to the side. Take a moment to let our head come down to the floor and relax. Notice what it feels like to have our head and neck and upper back soften into this new relaxed position. A place where we can feel blood flow, where we can feel supported. Roll over to one side, press ourselves up. We're going to come to an all fours position, bringing our block with us. And then we're going to find child's pose with our forehead on a block. Level 1, level 2, whatever you decide is the most comfortable for you. Then place that spot right between our eyebrows, just above our nose, on top of the block. And we're going to pause. Remember, this is your variation of child's pose. Knees can be together, far apart, somewhere in between. Our chest is sinking down. Our shoulders are relaxing. We're letting go through our back. Continuing to allow our forehead to rest heavy. And we're going to start with some small, gentle movement, rocking our head side to side, just moving from the center of our forehead. Let our movement get a little bit bigger. Continuing to allow our movement to get bigger. If you find any tender spots along the way through this flow through our forehead, feel free to pause at the edges of them or on top of them, depending on how intense it feels. And then bringing our forehead to center. Walk our hands underneath our shoulders. Press ourselves up. We're going to flip over into Shavasana, final relaxation. Feel free to prop it up any way you like. If you want therapy balls underneath your shoulders, feel free to do that. Closing our eyes, allowing our body to be completely supported. Drawing our awareness back to our bodies. Let our breath begin to deepen. Bending our knees. We're going to find our way back up to a seated position. If you had therapy balls underneath you, remove those before you roll over. Removing any other props. Coming up safely and comfortably. Once we rise up to our seated position, notice how you feel in your body as a whole. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, sealing in everything that you found through this practice. Knowing that the continual effort when you come off of your mat will need to happen as well to honor everything that you've done in this practice of movement, of flow, of release through all the fascia in our body that we addressed. Take that as a gift, a place in our hearts. Namaste.